If you've only put pictures on your 2024 vision board, you're missing the things that make your vision board really work. So, what is it that makes your vision board really work? Well, you need a clear and tangible vision, you need actionable goals, and you need systems that empower those goals. So, in this vision board with me for 2024 series, I've been taking you through the steps that I use to build my 2024 vision board to help you do all the things that are going to make your vision board really work. That being said, here's what we've done so far. First, we jump-started our process with an overview of how to make your vision board that really works for 2024. Then we jumped into step number one, how to review and evolve your life plan. And if you don't have a life plan, I show you how to make a 10-year vision map, which is the condensed jumpstart version of your life plan. Next, we did step number two, and we reviewed your 2023 goals. And now we're creating your 2024 goals in this step three video. So if we haven't met before, I'm Rashida, a recovering workaholic and tired of being a strong Black woman. So I'm creating work life balance and lifestyle freedom because I don't want to be on all the time. I want to create a life that I love, and I'm sharing that with you so that if that sounds like something you're into, you can join me on this adventure. So, on this channel, I'm going to be talking about letting go of workaholism, using vision to redefine success, and living my passions like eating good food, traveling, and physical wellness. If that sounds good to you, make sure you take a second, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that we can be in this community together. So here's what we're going to do together in this video today. First, we're going to talk about why it's important to create annual goals. Then we're going to talk about how to create your overall focus for the year. And then I'm going to give you the two steps you need to create your goals for this year. And I hope that you do everything with me as we go along with this video because that's what it's all about. Let's do this whole process as we go. Also, I want to shout out to Lavendare. I love the video that she created on this topic. It's called 2024 Goals, New Year Planning, and Goal Setting. It's so good. Make sure you check that out too. Okay, let's jump into talking about why it's important to create goals for the year. Because a lot of people actually don't do this. Even though the word goals is thrown around a lot and a lot of people know that it's a thing to do, most people don't actually take the time to do it, but here's why you should do it. There's a wonderful quote from James Clear that says, commitment to performing a specific task is often the only difference between our results and our desires. So that means if you actually want to see something happen, you actually commit to it. And part of committing to it is deciding when am I going to accomplish it? How am I going to accomplish it? And backing it up with tangible, actionable steps more than just saying, this is something I want to do. And creating that commitment is what we're going to walk through today. So now that we know that it's important to create goals because it's actually what we need to create commitment in creating the life and the things and the results that we want to see. Next, how do we create focus for our goals so that we're not all over the place as we create our goals for this year? The way that we're going to do that is you are going to choose a theme for this year. And we're not going to just pull that theme out of thin air. We're going to go back to what we did in step number one, and we're going to look at our 10-year vision map or your 10-year life plan and pull out the theme for this year that's going to help us build that 10-year vision map. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pull out your 10-year vision map that you made in that first video, step one. If you haven't done that, I'll put a little card up here and you can go back and pause and go do that exercise and then come back. So once you've done that exercise, pull out your 10-year vision map. And I want you to look at, okay, what is the theme that's going to help you this year take the next step towards creating that 10-year vision map? Because every year we're going to build on what we've done the year before rather than just starting from scratch. So take a look and see what theme do you want to pull out. I want you to think about this as setting up an intention for this first year, because 9 times out of 10, this is your first year doing that. Looking at where you are today, setting up an intention for this year. What is the first big milestone? What is the first big step that you need to take build to that 10-year life that you've mapped out. And then I want you to share your theme down in the comments. So, what theme did you pull out? What do you want this year to be about? Okay, so here's what I chose to do with mine. So here you can see my 2020 through 2030 vision map. And you can see at the center, this is my 10-year vision theme. So going from that, I looked at what did I do for my theme in 2022, and I pulled that out and I wrote that down. And then I went back and looked at what was my theme from 2023. And once I had both of those written down and the context behind why I chose those themes for those years, then I decided to start brainstorming what are some themes that I might want to use for this year in 2024. So, my theme in 2022 was all about getting air up under my wings, and that's why I had the word fly. And then in 2023, my word was all about living. I'm always living, but I felt like I needed some more flexibility, some more freedom than what I'd had in previous years. So I was figuring out how to set that up in 2023. And now moving into 2024, I really want to focus on consistency, evolving, getting my routines in place. Well, I already have my routines in place, so it's more about refining my routines and allowing myself to evolve. And as I wrote all of those words down and brainstormed on those, I realized that evolve was the main word that I wanted to use for my theme for 2024. So I circled that out and then I wrote out what that word means to me. And that's how I chose my 2024 theme for this year. Next, there's two main steps that we're going to do to create your goals for 2024. And step one, I want you to decide what are the main areas that you want to work on in 2024. Now, remember, when we created our 10-year vision map, we didn't just talk about professional or personal. We actually talked about all 8 areas of life. So that was emotional, relational, physical, financial, professional, spiritual, purposeful, and I'm missing one. So it's all 8 areas of life. Okay. So pick what's the area that you really want to focus on this year that has felt like you really want to see take a huge leap into, manifesting that life that you want, that you've mapped out for 10 years from now. Once you've decided what area of life you really want to, that you want to focus on for 2024, I want you to take a pause and make sure that you're not making this mistake. 9 times out of 10, you're going to work on something in every single one of those areas of life. But here's the problem with that. When we choose too many things to work on, we actually end up doing nothing. So while it can be hard to choose what you want to focus on, I want you to try, even if you have to throw a dart at a wall or spin the bottle to figure out which area of life it lands on. I want you to choose one, because once you choose one and you get really good at creating your goals and seeing some traction happen in that part of life, then you can add additional goals on top of that. Now, here's the thing. After you've picked that one main goal, this is your main focus for this year. And that should lead back to the theme that you want to see manifest in your life for this year. I will give you some grace and say also choose a secondary goal as well. So this is probably a goal that has more habits inside of it rather than you having to try something new or to do something different in your life. It's complementing your number one goal with your primary goal is an achievement goal. That's more about setting up habits and routines that are going to allow you to maintain some things in your life. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into what's going to make these two goals actionable yet because I want to go deep into that into the next video. So right now, you just need to pick what that main goal is and what your smaller secondary goal is. So now that you've chosen that primary goal and that secondary goal, I want you to take some time to decide what exactly does it look like to be successful in that goal. So here are some tips to do that well. I want you to get really specific about what success looks like. Maybe success is that you saved $500 a month for the whole year, which would put you at $6,000 at the end of the year. Or maybe your relationship goal is that you've dated at least one person seriously for the year, even if that doesn't amount to it being a marriage at the end of the year. But you can count, it's something that you can count or becomes measurable that you can decide, yes, I did it, or no, I did not. So we're pulling out some of the elements of what makes a SMART goal, but we're using it in a slightly different way to make sure that your goals are successful. Then, once you've written down specifically what success will look like for that main goal and for that secondary goal, then I want you to really step back and say, what would make this life changing? So, what is something life changing that you want to achieve in each of those goals? And then, as I said, we're going to take these goals and we're going to make them actionable in the next video. So, first, we chose what the goal is. And then, second, we made it tangible by being clear about what success looks like so that we can decide yes or no, we've actually achieved it. So, here's what we did in this video today. First, we chose our theme for this year. Then we got really clear and we chose two specific goals that we wanted to focus on for this year. Then within those goals, we decided what does it look like for that primary goal to be successful and what does it look like for that secondary goal to be successful. So now you're ready to finally make your vision board. Now that you know what goals you're focusing on, what does it look like for it to be successful? Let's actually go on the internet, go into Canva, create a digital vision board, and put down the pictures that really visualize what success is going to look like for you by the end of this year. Ooh, we're at the exciting part. So, that being said, make sure you join me in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.